for tuning in, yes, to the second hour of In the Know, the jazzy radio magazine show that keeps you in the know about entertainment, health, food, fashion, lifestyles, and community affairs. I'm your host, Deniece Barnes, here with you. And now it's time to turn the pages of the magazine to our food segment, mothers, daughters, desserts, deceits. Ooh, a delicious journey. And guess who's going to bring us along for this journey? Author Phyllis Dixon with her book, A Taste for More. She's my guest on today. Phyllis, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you here because A Taste for More. Now, this is a really, really great book, and it's breathtaking saga spanning the Great Migration. Tell us a little bit more about it, Phyllis.
Okay, it's the story of mothers and daughters. Margot leaves the Jim Crow South in the 1950s, 1960s for a better life to the so-called promised land up north. Mm-hmm. She's the first to graduate from high school in her family, so she thinks she's all that and a bag of chips. But where she gets to so she didn't want to be a cook like her mother and go cook in what she called, quote-unquote, Miss Ann's kitchen. Mm-hmm. But when she gets to the north, it's not all it's cracked up to be, and she ends up being a cook, just like her mother and her grandmother. Mm-hmm. So she ends up working in a restaurant, but she stays at the restaurant a long time, and some more drama ensues. I'm not going to give it all away at that restaurant. And so, but basically she works very hard to provide for her daughter, to make sure that she has all of the things that she did not have, all the opportunities that she did not have. But at some point, it seems like as hard as she tries, it's just not enough. Mm-hmm. So that's really the gist of the story. And along the way, the recipes that she bought from Mississippi that she was trying to get away from, that's mm-hmm. really what helped her in her new life. Actually, it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay. So that's, I guess, where the food comes in with the taste for more. And some of the recipes that she's famous for is her 7-Up pound cake, and molasses cookies, fried pies. And so those recipes are in the story and are weaved throughout the story. And there's also a section in the back that has recipes.
Okay, sounds delicious, Phyllis. Sounds delicious. Now, this single mother, as you mentioned, she left the Jim Crow South and went toward the north. Now, she tried to get away from, this type of living, but she couldn't. And actually, like you said, it actually helped her. Tell us a little bit more about how it helped her with succession with food.
Okay. Well, her mother and her grandmother were both cooks mm-hmm. For white families. But then in addition to that, her mother cooked on the side for baked cakes for mm-hmm. people. So when Margot gets to the north, she ends up doing that as well. She works at a restaurant, but then she also bakes on the side, and her reputation becomes well known, and so that ends up what ends up catapulting her to success and making her able to afford to live in the newly integrated neighborhood, send her daughter to the best schools, send her daughter to college, all that. So the food and the cooking what provided that lifestyle for her.
Okay. I want to speak to my listeners, let them know a little bit more about you, Phyllis Dixon. Listen, she's a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and has lived in Houston, Texas, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and now resides in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, Memphis is very close to my hometown, Phyllis, which is Ripley, Tennessee. And I am I'm so glad to have you as my guest on today because the show actually airs in Memphis, Tennessee. What You Say Radio, shouting you out as well. But they're gonna hear this interview in Memphis, Tennessee, of course, on Wednesday. And I'm so glad to speak with one of my home ladies here as well. But you have gotten advanced praise for the book, A Taste for More. So much advanced praise. Tell us a little bit more. I know you don't want to give too much away, but why should my listeners grab your book, A Taste for More, and sit back and read it?
Well, one thing, there's so much bad news, mm-hmm. so much divisiveness. The news is depressing, TV is depressing. Mm-hmm. So we kind of just need something to, take us away and give us a break.
Absolutely.
So this is not a deep book. This is not a heavy book, anything like that. It's juicy drama entertainment.
All right.
And I think we need that. So if you want to take a break from, all the bad stuff that's going on, and I shouldn't put it like that, because there is good stuff going on, but it's just that the bad stuff is what's reported.
Yes.
So if you want to take a break from all that, just, sit down with the Taste for More, and it'll be a nice little break for you. The recipes, the food, there's more food in there than just the recipes that I have in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And that may get your mouth watering and
yes.
Ready to eat something else. And another thing I'll say about the book
mm-hmm.
that it did for me personally, when I got ready to put it all together, I am not necessarily a cook,
mm-hmm.
but I did want to, try out the recipes that I put in here. And so the first one that I did was the 7-Up pound cake.
Yes.
And with all transparency, I had not baked a scratch cake since high school.
What?
And I baked the cake, and it turned out great. And I was just so proud of myself.
Well,
and
good.
myself on the shoulder. And so what it also taught me was to get out of my comfort zone. Sometimes
mm-hmm.
we do things that we've always done for so long. And to say, oh, I can't do that, or oh, that's so hard, or, various excuses. So and another thing that it'll help you do is just kind of get out of your comfort zone. That's some of the things that Margot had to do as well,
mm-hmm.
is to try new things, get out of her comfort zone in order to serve her customers.
Absolutely. And listen, Phyllis is so right. I just agree with everything you're saying. It is so much badness and evil going on now with some of the people in this world. So, hey, if it's on a Sunday, the weekend, or what have you, you want to grab the book while you're cooking out of some of those really, really tasty recipes, do that. As I always tell my listeners, sit back, relax, and get rejuvenated. So again, Phyllis, before closing, I want you to let my listeners know how they can order a copy of your book, follow you on social media, and continue to stay in the know.
Okay. Well, A Taste for More is available wherever books are sold. So you can get it on Amazon. I think it might be in the Nashville Library.
Okay.
Barnes & Noble, stores there in Nashville have it. There's one source that I do like to recommend, which is AALBC.com, which is African American Literature and Book Club.com. AALBC.
All right.
And that's a good source if you'd like to support a Black-owned bookseller.
Absolutely.
So I would also suggest AALBC.com. And also it's available on Audible. So if you want to listen to it while you're driving or cooking maybe or doing something else, it is available on Audible. I am on Facebook, PhyllisRDixon.com. I would love for you to reach out and just say hi and follow and let's stay connected.
That's right. Stay in the know is what we always say. Phyllis, thank you so much. Even more information about this author. She's also the author of the novels Intermission, Down Home Blues, and 40 Acres, and contributed to Chicken Soup for the African American Woman's Soul. Phyllis Dixon, thanks so much. There's an open invite. Come back anytime you like.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming by.
Take care.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye. Hey, again, everybody, just going to go ahead and say, yes, one of my other home ladies from West Tennessee, living there now. And I want to say thanks again. A Taste for More by acclaimed author Phyllis R. Dixon.